Welcome back to the ECC Week 8. It is the final series of the evening. We had two incredible series earlier from Division 4 and from the Vortex, but now it is Division's 1 time to shine. We have Rocket Core Saturn looking forward to going into playoffs and the unbeaten titans of Division 1.2 in Wooky eSports. My name is still Nachtfish, and I'm joined by another Irish legend. It's Blue Wolf this time.
Well, a legend in the making, hopefully. I'm not nearly as experienced as Danny, who did a great job in the last series. I hope I didn't do too badly in the first one with the victor. That was the Division 4 game. It's nice to climb up a couple of divisions to this Division 1 game between, as you said, Wooky eSports and Rocket Core Saturn. And I think the main narrative going into this one is that Rocket Core Saturn, they're still in the hunt for playoffs, but they're going to have to go up against the titans, as you said, of Wooky eSports, who are going to be looking to keep their unbeaten run alive.
Yes, and it's a lot on the line for both teams. Wooky, of course, if they win this, they are confirmed top 2 and possibly even confirmed as the top seed in this Division 1.2 going into playoffs, which of course puts them in a very strong position. On the other hand, Rocket Core Saturn currently in 5th it's pretty much a shared 5th place with Ascension Kyrios. Both of them with 4 points. Ascension just 1 point better in the in the match differential. So this is a really close series, and I'll expect every Ascension Kyrios member to be rooting for Wooky right here.
Yeah, Rocket Core Saturn as well, with the way the game differential is working out. If somehow, Wooky eSports, they haven't lost a single game, if they get swept by Saturn, then Saturn could just about climb up into 3rd position, joint with Mathana eSports. So Saturn, their season is definitely still in the balance going into their final 2 games. It's sort of the worst position to be in, where you have 2 games that are both they're almost like playoff finals, where you must win, and especially against Wooky eSports here, a team that's just completely crushed this division. They've only dropped 5 games so far across 7 matches, so I can't see a way for Rocket Core Saturn to do this, but maybe a bit of complacency could set in for Wooky eSports. What do you think?
I mean, it is a difficult position for Wooky eSports because they have already announced that the roster will not be sticking together after the end of the season. There's been a bit of, what I have been told, there's been a bit of backstabbery going on within the roster. So Lofotes, Ribim, Emco are not going to stick together, but they want to see out the season. And they want to see out the season successfully, I hope. And success would be, in their eyes, only the promotion to the Champs Div, because you cannot go 7 series undefeated in the Div 1 and then not be like, okay, we just need to go through Champs Div. There's no other path for us here. Whereas RC Saturn, still a lot in the air. And next week, Saturn played their direct opponents in Kyrios. So even potentially after a loss, they could still be fine here, because they're playing their direct rivals.
Yeah, well, they do put themselves under a lot of pressure, and if Ascension Kyrios do win this week as well, they do win their game before the final decider match, then it will be Rocket Core Saturn going in at a major disadvantage, as I think we've chewed the grass enough. I'm ready to see some quality Rocket League in the Division 1. Are we going to take this one away?
We're going to take this away, but first, before we do it, what's your prediction for this one? Do you think that the unbeaten Titans are going to go 8-0, or do you think RC Saturn can prove to be an upset-worthy opponent here?
Oh, I wish you hadn't done this to me, because it's so difficult to pick between the 2 teams with all the information about Wooky eSports, all the uncertainty up in the air. You know what? I'm going to pick the underdog. I think RC Saturn, they're going to surprise us here.
Okay, so there's going to be a split disc because I think Wooky eSports have got this in the bag. I think they won't be complacent and they will want to see the series and the season out on a high. I think they're going to win it. But now, officially, let's get the teams going into the series with Rocket Core Saturn versus Wooky eSports. Division 1.2, Week 8. Take it away, Blue Wolf.
Well, we have Rocket Core Saturn in the blue corner and the Wooky eSports players in the orange. The kickoff between Galactico and Lafote goes the way of the orange team. They're looking to start strong here with an early attack. The ball's floated forward. There's no one there to try and attack it. Galactico with a sort of semi-weak clearance, and it's going to be pinched by Lafote. He's hit a centre ball. They're going to look to follow that one in. Here comes Scrib. Saved though by Piggy, so they survived their first scare, but Wooky eSports, they're starting to flex their muscles here.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to come out roaring and strong in this first game. Lefote trying to get it onto the backboard. Galactic already there, waiting for it and flicking it over Emco. Strip now, tasked with that defensive ball. Gets around it, but it's only as far as Anako takes control. Got a lot of boost in the air, doesn't have to double jump, gets the bump on Lefote. Pidgey is there, but he misses the shot. He can't miss that. This follow-up is there from Galactic, but the shot is weak. Both shots needed to be in, and that was a prime opportunity for RC Saturn to go and take the 1-0 lead.
Wooky eSports have the best defense, and you're not going to get many chances like that. You've got to make them count. The perfect bump from Annika, the 2 follow-up shots, not quite on the level, and they might live to regret that. As is Wooky eSports on the attack here. They're unable to make anything work. It will be Annika trying to get that ball away. Emco does a decent job. That could be dangerous, as it is going to be a shot dragged just a little bit wide. The follow-up unable to come through from Shrib. Both teams seem to be living dangerously. It's a very open game so far.
It's a very open game, very ping-pong, just like we've seen in the Vortex, but it seems to be a lot quicker going. Both teams are trying to do it with strong touches to the backboard and with demos from RC Saturn, and the demos prove to be very effective as Pidgey puts one in after Galactic's demo on Lefote.
Well, their first chance came from a bump. This time they've accelerated up the aggression scale. They get the demo and they find the opener. 2 minutes gone, they take the 1-0 lead with textbook goal, easy demo on the line, lets the ball fly into the net. As with Rocket Core Saturn, they are the underdogs, but they're going to be holding on to a lead here.
They're holding on to a lead and they're looking quite strong as they do. So now Pidgey gets demoed by Lo34's efforts. Galactica gets in. Srip gets it over one, gets it over Annika. Now Emco with the follow-up. Lefote is too far back for a quick follow. Does take it into the corner. Emco looking for the pass to Lefote. The pass is great. Lefote's shot is blocked and Strip can't make anything of it either. And now they have to scramble back.
Yeah, scramble back. Lefote is there. He pings the ball towards Shrib, who I think they're comfortable now. They've gotten back into position. They're looking to start another attack. Here comes Shrib. Galactic able to make some sort of a clearance. His teammate Piggy will try and get the ball away. Does a decent job. Annika completes it. That's a flick towards his own net. Galactic's forced to scramble in the air and sets up Emco, who's shot a little bit over. The follow-up should come through, and it's in from Lefote. The excellent follow-up from the pass. That was just pitch perfect off the backboard. Follow in. Lefote takes Wooky eSports level.
And finally, the 5th shot is all they needed, but they have been wasteful. They had some quality chances before that, and they cannot be this wasteful against a Rocket Core side that seems to be very on the up. They seem to be hungry for that when they want that upset, and they seem to be up for it as well. It's now Strip mounting another attack to Emco, who gets it to Lefote. Lefote again to Annika. Annika gets it out, only as far as Emco, who whiffs horribly though. Pidgey now with a lot of control, but Strip, good positioning on the backboard. Annika makes it want to go in, and Lefote clears it out from Rookie Esports defense. The defense still staying strong here in game number 1, as now the ball is back into RC side.
Yeah, both teams with an incredibly strong defense. It's just the absolute quality of shots that has seen the defense broken so far. So it will be Lefote, the man who broke the Rocket Core Saturn clean sheet. He's looking to start another one, but it's actually Annika from nowhere. Gets the shot and he restores RC Saturn's lead here with basically almost a solo goal. Galactic set him up. He comes flying in, tilts his car and tilts Rocket Core Saturn back into the advantage here.
Yeah, but that was a definite defensive mistake from Strip. He had more than 50 boosts in his tank. That's plenty to make the save. Just too slow on the back rotation, letting his momentum go completely away and not being able to make the save thus. So that was the first defensive mistake we've seen in the entire series. Maybe that's a sign of things to come, but Lefote take it through the air. The drop down to Emco, who misses the ball. Strip, fast turn against Pigeon now on the backboard. Doesn't quite make it work, and now they are going out, and this is now a ping-pong game once again.
Yeah, back to ping-pong, and going back to that mistake. When a game has so much pressure, so many attacks, it's inevitable someone's going to crack a little bit. And that could have been a save from Emco, which could prove costly here unless Wooky Esports, they find a leveler in the remaining 50 seconds. Lefote leading the attack. He's been the star player. That pass is a little bit too hard. Srib unable to do anything as Annika will try and fire another shot in. Follow-up is there, but can he get the double touch? Not quite. It will be Annika trying to follow it in as well. Lefote taking it away. 0 boost, though. This is going to be incredibly awkward. He fakes out the keeper, and Emco's found the goal. That was all the work of Lafoti there. The excellent flip up in the air. He takes the keeper out of the equation. Amica left for dead, and Emco restores the parity here between the two sides.
That can only be described as 0 boost and a dream, and Lafote's dream came true. What a flick over Annika, and Emco lurking in the mid, just wishing for his teammate to make it right, as now Lafote's task of being on defense for once and being able to clear that one off the line. That was nearly very, very scary for Wooky eSports, but they do get away with it, as now Strip tries for it. There's an open net, there's a flick, but Galactic jumps across in best goalkeeper fashion to get a hand, or in this case his wheels, onto that ball. But the pressure is not done yet. It's Strip into the corner, double commit again. Annika and Galactic, bit awkward now positioned. Emco is up, misses the ball. Strip, will he keep it alive? Yes, he does, to Lafote. But now it is difficult, Galactica to Annika, but they miss. And we have once again overtime in game number 1.
Well, Team Wooky eSports, they were aiming for the heart there. It would have been heartbreak for RC Saturn if any of those shots had come in, but now we're in overtime. It could be a completely different story. No, it's not. RC Saturn actually on the attack. Sorry, it is a completely different story, but Wooky eSports looking to change the tune as they're going to go for an attack of their own. Galactic could pass this to his teammate, finds the pass to Piggy. It's a bit tame. Strip able to recover, get that ball away, only as far as Annika. He'll drive it back in. Both teams with the attack. That pass isn't going to go to anyone. The Lafoti's clearance might though fall for Annika, who's only able to get it fully under control. So teams at RC Saturn, they're taking their chance to have a couple shots in this period of play.
And not only the shots, but the passing plays are being attempted. Pidgey down to Annika, but now there's a backflip from Annika. Emco and Lafote will make him pay, and you can't make those mistakes against this quality of a team in Division 1. Annika completely left alone, and Lafote and Emco show why they are unbeaten in this season.
Wow, Lafote with an absolute MVP level performance, scores 2 goals, sets up another. What excellent play by him. He is definitely the deciding factor who took Wooky eSports back into it. They went behind twice. Both times they crawled their way back, and in overtime they rule supreme. They don't want to end their run today, and they're going to be taking a 1-0 advantage into game 2. And
that 1-0 advantage is so important for the nerves, because both teams are obviously a bit more nervous than they normally would be. This isn't a normal series. This is on stream after all. But Wooky eSports showing that their mentality does not suffer from it. They do not suffer from being on stream, and they show their strength here in this overtime and coming back twice in this game, because they were down 1-0 and 2-1 in this game respectively.
Yeah, you got to wonder mentally where they're at, considering we talked about the team breaking up, but it's not affected their performance here at all. They've been dominant in game 1, and they'll be looking to continue that into game 2. As we will be switching over to Manfield, getting into this second game. RC Saturn, they'll definitely feel a bit aggrieved considering they were ahead twice. Some great play by them, but in the end, Wooky eSports just a fraction too strong.
Yeah, just a fraction too strong, and the players a bit confused, not joining the lobby immediately. So they're now in as Pidgey versus Emco in game number 2 for the first kickoff. But let's not take away from RC Saturn's performance. They were also quite solid, but in the end, just not as good, not completely there, and a bit lucky on defense at times. They have to sort it out, less double commits, and maybe they can do just that in game number 2. But the first offensive pressure is going to Wooky eSports.
Yeah, it's what you'd expect after they win game 1. They're going to fire out of the blocks here, looking for an early goal as well. But it's actually RC Saturn who've flipped the play. They're making an attack of their own. That ball's centred, easily hit away by Strip. He'd look to start an attack of their own. He's missed the ball there, so will be gathered by Wooky eSports. A semi-pinch shot there. Could have just about found its way over Lafote. He just about gets a touch on it. And Galactic will take it under his control. Here comes the pass from Pidgey. Emco able to clear it away. That could fall for Lafote. Oh, just about Galactic intercepts. So both teams having a bit of pinball here. That's a pass, and it's a shot from Annika. Or sorry, save from Annika from Strip's shot, which was looked like it was guaranteed to go in. Don't know how he managed to save that one. Good touch from Pidgey. Takes it away from the defending player and sets up Galactic off the crossbar. You can't miss those. Feels like a repeat of last game where they missed their early chance. They lost that game. Will they lose this one?
Will they lose this one? And it certainly looks like it, because Annika is just caught in no man's land after Lafote and Lafote and Strip, just combined there. Annika just leaving a good position as third man to grab the mid boost, just too greedy there, and Lafote will make you pay for those small mistakes. You just can't make those mistakes. That is not Division 1 stuff. Any team, not just Wooky eSports, will make you pay for that one. And now they're again on the back foot here in game number 2.
Yeah, and they could be double behind there. Strib shot, unable to find his teammate, hits the wall before it finds his man. That's a 50 in the air that falls for Shrib. Just a little bit wide. No follow-up shot. Oh, there is from Lafuti, but it's easy saved by Annika. That's flick just about wide as Galactic. He'll try and salvage something from RC Saturns. They seem to be completely on the back foot here. They're being crushed under the Wooky eSports pressure so far in this game. Looking to try and turn it around though. Annika, an awkward dribble over his own net, falls for Emko. There's no one else attacking. Here comes Shrib. That's a shot. Oh, that's just about in from Shrib. Annika with the save. He catches, I think, the edge of Shrib's wheel though on the follow-up, and he's doubled the advantage here.
Pidgey with the miss from the backboard, and then Strip has the incredible 500 IQ read here on Annika, who's just caught awkward and can't make a lot of that save. And just credit to Strip though for following his aerial, but it might be, the advantage might be gone now. But Strip again coming out clutch, this time not with the goal but with the save, as Rocket Course Saturn are scrambling. They've lost their edge that they had in game 1, and they've lost all the confidence that they displayed in game 1. It seems like Wookie are beating them to every 50, to every ball in the air or the ground. It doesn't matter, and they have to change something to make that go away.
Yeah, if they want to pull off the upset, things are going to have to change, and they're going to have to change soon as Emko's looking to start another attack. Pidgey managed just to cut 2 players out of the play here. There's no one in the net. Emko flipping back, has got enough boost to make the save, but Shrib is comfortably there. So that's going to be an attack led on by Shrib. Tries to pass it towards Lafote. He actually does get the touch there. Galactic a little flick on, able to deny that one as Annika is going to try and do what was done to him in the first game. He's unable to do so. Galactic's shot is going to be saved. That's in the danger zone though. Lafote able to clear it away, and as you said, Wooky eSports, they seem like the dominant side here. They're going to dominate this one as Emko with the shot misses it. That could have been the game there and then. It will be Lafote going for the bumps, unable to do so. That's a double commit, bit of an awkward one. Lafote accidentally hits the ball towards his own net, does get to the keeper though, and not to a blue player's car. As 1 minute 40 on the clock. RC Saturn, I don't really see a way back for them here.
No, they seem to be crushed under the mountain that is Wooky eSports, who are doing everything correctly and who are putting the pressure on the Rocket Course Saturn side. As Lafote right now with the 50. Emko takes it over from Annika, caught with low boost but gets the touch. Only as far as Lafote though, who cuts out Strib, and that will alleviate the pressure for RC Saturn. Now they are up, but they immediately lose it by double committing, and Annika isn't back, but Strib misses the open net. My god, man, you cannot miss them. You've seen it in the Vortex, you've seen it now in Div 1. Everybody does miss them, but in this situation, you simply should not miss them as Lafote gets it on his own backboard and away from both the attackers. Strip going for a pinch past middle. It's past Lafote. Emko being tasked with to clear that ball, but it's a weak clearance from him only as far as Pidgey, who can't make anything of it though. And now Lafote with a big clear, blocked by Annika. This could be very dangerous. Annika with the pass down to Galactic. Galactic with their shot, but it's blocked by Strip. The 50 is there, and Wooky eSports survived this attack.
Yeah, Annika with a chance to shoot though. That's over the bar. There's no one to follow it in, and that could prompt Lafote to attack. Just one man in the defense. He's slowed down a little bit. That allows Annika to get back. He's going for the air dribble. Gets it around one. Annika to make the save. Follow-up shot is going to be saved by Pidgey as well. They're holding on by the skin of their teeth here, but there's just so little time. I think this one might be done and dusted unless they go flying up the pitch right about now. Annika's car is flipping every which direction. Does eventually get the touch, although it's touched down by the defense, and this looks like game 2 going the way of Wooky eSports, and I think that miss just about sums up RC Saturn's day so far.
Yeah, that miss just having the right ideas but not making the right decisions as Galactic takes one for the road. It doesn't do anything to this game too obviously, but one has to ask if it improves their mindset for the next game or if it is just a mere facade to not lose with 0 goals scored.
Yeah, as well, you do wonder if Wooky eSports, maybe they let their defense slip a little bit, knowing they'd already won the game. Maybe it could do something for like Galactic's confidence. It didn't feel like he contributed as much in that game number 2 as he did the first, though. I want to focus in on Annika, who I feel made a few individual errors, and Wooky eSports, they just sort of ate him for breakfast, caught him on every single one.
Yeah, I'd say outpaced, outplayed, outsmarted even in this game. RC Saturn, they look like decision making. So Cherry put it in chat, Saturn aren't having the best time with decision making. I think that's putting it lightly. I think they've had an absolutely diabolical time with decision making. Not making the right decisions, not rotating cleanly enough, and against the Wooky eSports side that even though they've broken up, they are still hungry, they still want that unbeaten season. And against them, it's simply not good enough, and if you're not good enough for them, you're not good enough for playoffs.
Yeah, Wooky eSports on their farewell tour. This looks like it's going to be a grandstand tour date, as they are currently 2-0 up, looking to make a sweep against a Rocket Core Saturn team that I know they haven't been great in this game, but they're far from a bad side. It really shows how strong Wooky eSports have been, and they're looking to rip their arms off them one more time in game number 3.
Yeah, it's game number 3 is going underway now. First kickoff of this game, and now Emco takes control of that one. Gets it past 2, but Annika is there in the backfield just to clear it up. Pidgey now with his new controller. Didn't do it much this series, but Galactic, does he have a touch on it? Yes, he does. It's a weak touch, so only as far as Annika, who wants to pass it down to his teammate Pidgey, doesn't do so. And Emco with the backflip pass to Lafote, who himself has to backflip, looking for Strip in the midfield, finding Strip in the midfield, but Strip can't find the top bins. And RC Saturn yet again gets away with murder in defense because Wooky aren't clinical enough, because maybe they know they don't need to be clinical against this team.
Yeah, it turned into backflip central there. I think I had flashback to my teammate not my teammate, sorry, my friend in gold level. So Luki it's going to be a shot from his own half. Enko able to save. Wooky eSports are just about there in defense, but it's been a much more messy game than the clinical stuff we saw in the first 2, and maybe RC Saturn, they can take some solace in that and start to build attacks of their own, as ball will be sitting awkwardly just about near the Wooky eSports box. That shot's a little bit far wide. Galactic with the pinch of the defending player, and that's a shot which is Emco was able to turn wide. Annika looking for the follow-up, he misses it. Pidgey trying to follow it in with the double touch, gets it just about, but it's easily cleared away by the Wooky eSports side. So back and forth so far, but nothing really testing either keepers yet. As I say that, Lafote, that looked like an easy save. He made it look a little bit awkward, passes it well out to the side to Emco, who's been caught in possession by Annika. Pidgey from the sky, his new controller almost finds him a new goal as Lafote's able to save Emco to clear just about. And it seems the Wooky eSports, even though they're 2-0 up, they are living on the edge here.
They are living on the edge because they have completely lost their aggressive side. They are way too passive. They're not covering the passing lanes. The 3 men just sitting on the goal line, and that can never happen. Not just at this level, but that should period never happen. And now they look towards their forte, and their forte is an offense, but it's quickly cut out by the Rocket Core side. As Strip now with the save against Annika now in the 50s. Emco does have a lot of time, but someone from the side coming in. Grabs the boost, gets it to Strip. Strip to Lafote. The shot is there, but Galactic immediately blocks it at the point of impact and puts it away. Wooky eSports getting out of their defensive woes and going to the side of the pitch that they like most, the opponent's side, where they can freely freestyle and rotate the car run. But now they're again tasked on defense with Annika with the shot. Pidgey with the bounce shot. Normally this goes in, but he puts it too hard into the ground. It hits against the crossbar. Emco can make it, can clear the ball, and now it's all the way back into the blue half.
And quality shots from Wooky eSports yet, but every single second they get the ball out of their own half is good. They're allowed to relax a little bit more in defense, where they've been incredibly tense throughout all this game. Rocket Core Saturn with all the pressure, but they could just get punished. Lafote's shot, probably the closest either team has been. That's a follow-up that's not going to go in. Easily saved by Annika. And Pidgey tries to launch another attack, but both his teammates are stuck in their own boxes. That shot is going to have to be tipped over by Galactic. And again, we have another clearance as Wooky eSports. They're starting to grind their way into this game. Galactic's still been there defensively enough, and that pass goes a begging as Pidgey should clear. That's a bit of back and forth between the two players, but eventually Shrib he comes flying in and says, "No more fun." Gets the ball up the pitch. Is Galactic trying to push it back down, but at the moment the ball seems to be stuck firmly in the RC Saturn half.
Yeah, and Wooky and Lafote, they have been struggling to control the boost. They have that prolonged amount of pressure, but they are not collecting the boost pads. They're not boost starving their opponents effectively enough. And someone of that team always has enough boost to get a long clearance, like Pidgey here, and to get back into proper position and to make that top corner save happen. So that is definitely something that I have to work on, just suffocating their opponents a bit more, as it's again a bit more ping pong here from Emco right into Galactic, who gives it right back down to Strip, who's using the wall, looking for a teammate, but is blocked by Annika. Lafote swirling his car around, going for it, looking for the pass, but Annika is there to intercept it, and Emco nearly caught out of position. The goal was wide open, and the shot didn't go in.
Emco going for a risky fake there. If Annika had been aware of the situation, that would definitely have been 1-0. Oh, they've been caught on the counter-attack. Strip, 20 seconds on the clock. I think that might be a defensive mistake. I'm not sure exactly by who. Pidgey goes up for the aerial, doesn't get it. Annika with the whiff. And again, Annika's mistake has cost Wooky Esports dear, as it is 1-0. Or sorry, it's cost RC Saturn dear, as it's 1-0 to Wooky Esports. Just 20 seconds on the clock. Sweep well and truly on the cards.
Well and truly on the card, and it's thanks to Annika's misjudgment of that ball. He might have thought it's going to hit the ceiling, but to no cigar, it is not, and it's going to drop straight down. And maybe now the attack. Strip has an open net, and Strip gets it past the last defender. Open net, 2-0 Wooky Esports, and this series, I think we can confirm, is a sweep.
Well, the winning streak continues for another game, 8-0 for Wooky Esports, an emphatic victory. A little bit less quality in Game 3, but it doesn't matter if you're able to grind out the results, and that's what Shrib has done here, finding the two final goals and putting two firm nails in RC Saturn's coffin, as their hopes for playoffs won't fully be over yet. This is going to be a severe dent in them.
This is definitely a dent in their playoffs, so now everything's on the line next week when they play Ascension Kyrios. But because they've just been swept, they have absolutely ruined their game differential. It was on par with Ascension Kyrios, but now they need Ascension to lose. If Ascension don't lose, then next week is going to be irrelevant, pretty much.
Well, we'll all be hoping for Ascension to lose, though, because I think that would be an incredibly entertaining game if it does have the pressure on. If it ends up just being a victory lap for Ascension Kyrios, it'll be hard to stomach for RC Saturn. Yeah, I think they weren't that bad today. It's just, I think Wooky Esports are just a cut above, and they shouldn't even be in this division. They are just that good.
Yeah, Wooky Esports, I think you've hit the nail on the head there. It's not that RC Saturn was bad. They were at times, don't get me wrong.
There were mistakes, yeah.
But Wooky Esports just making less mistakes, being a bit not clinical because they've missed their fair few chances as well, but being a lot more on it to get the result when they needed to, and that is why they are currently unbeaten. No one can seem to stop them. They've only dropped 5 matches in this entire season so far. So whoever predicted Wooky Esports to go up to the playoffs and for a strong finish of the season might have their money's worth, because right now there seems that nothing can stop them.
Yeah, my prediction looking well and truly in the mud. Wooky Esports proving me wrong. Despite all the mental stuff, they forget it, leave it behind, and they show up on the server. So I think it's time we start wrapping this one up. It's been a great day, 3 great games. I enjoyed casting 2 of them. I'm sure you enjoyed the third as well.
Sorry. Excuse me.
Go on.
I've thoroughly enjoyed that one. 2 sweeps for me. I mean, at least you got a game 6 to cast in the first one. So I've had 6 games overall, but it was quality games, quality showing from both teams here and from all the teams tonight on this stream, as we now enter the final week number 9 in the ECC. It's going to be tough. There's still a lot of playoff contention going on.
Yeah, I think it's the crunch time for a lot of people. A lot of great games going on, a lot of meaningless games as well, it has to be said. You know, teams that are both in the bottom half who've nothing left to play for, just showing up on the server one last time, going on a victory lap or a farewell lap or whatever. I don't know what the opposite of a victory lap is, a loser's lap. So I think there's only a few people left to thank before we get through to this. I'd like to thank everyone who casted tonight, me, Macfish, Danny, and Victor. I'd like to thank Cheesecake for doing all the broadcasting. And of course, there's one person we have to thank specifically. It's going to be the sponsors of the ECC who've made this wonderful league happen with the quality it has. Great games, great teams, and we would like to thank them very much.
Yes, we would like to thank Godalions and, of course, Fruit Labs, who have kindly sponsored the ECC with €200 this time around. Again, Godalions just sponsoring us since, I think, season 6, so great friends of the ECC, awesome people there who just make this competition and make it viable for the top teams to come here, making the community bigger, making everything bigger. So thank you very much to them. And as we just said, we are at the end of the season. The next season is going to be starting at around end of May, beginning of June, I'd say. So if you want to get involved, join the Discord. If you do have a team, you can just sign up when the sign-ups eventually start. If you don't have a team yet, don't worry. We have a looking for teams section where you can just freely advertise yourself and what you can offer to potential teammates if you're looking for one or looking for two. So it doesn't matter. Just join the Discord, get involved with our league, and if you are feel free to also contribute to our prize pool for which the Champions Division teams and the Vortex teams will be competing for with Matcherino. We are partnered with Matcherino to get you a sweet little deal for your donation. So you get a 50-cent free coupon at literally no cost for you. You could donate the league 50 cents. So head over to Matcherino. Do that, because why wouldn't you? It's free money, and it's free money for the players, and it shows your appreciation for the effort that they are putting in and for the effort that we all, as staff of ECC and of Slipstream, try to put in every single week.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. Thank you guys for watching yet again. Thanks to everyone who tuned in. Thanks to everyone who took part, all the great players making this day what it was, some brilliant games. I've been Blue Wolf. Joining me has been Macfish. Anything to say, Macfish? Yeah, take care. See you guys next time.
And goodbye.
That I've never been. When we dance again, all our trouble seems to fade.